You're now listening to the Call Up Podcast, streaming on all major podcast platforms and on YouTube. And now, here's your host, Kenny.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome the real champion of professional wrestling, the powerhouse, Moose. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you, man? Thanks for having me on.
Man, not bad. I'm doing great. Man, so I wanted to sit down with you and talk to you about this transformation that you have had the last couple of months. We've seen a leaner, faster, more badass Moose. What is your motivation for you to getting to this level?
It was just one of those things where I just had to put my focus in the right direction. And one thing I've been doing for a long time in my career, I've just been relying on my talent. And I know to get far in this business, you need to have the total package, the look, the promo, the in-rings. And I thought my promos have been good. They're not the best, but they're definitely solid. And my in-ring work speaks for itself. So I felt like the only thing I was missing to be that total package guy is just to refine my body. And I used the last 6 months to work on that. And you could tell by the pictures I post, I mean, it's working out great.
Yeah, man, I was looking at the pictures and I was like, man, he's really going, heavy in the gym. And, just looking at the videos too, where you're like weighing your food at a restaurant. And I was just like, that takes dedication because not too many people will actually do that. But do you feel like the pandemic has like helped you in a way to reach this goal?
Definitely, because I definitely have a lot of free time just to be at home with my wife and family, you know what I'm saying? So definitely the pandemic helped with the working on my goals. I know the world is crazy right now with everything going on, but that's one positive I taken away from the pandemic is still focus on my diet since I'm not moving around a lot.
Yeah, that's great because I've noticed that a lot of people, a lot of talent so far in this business have been using the pandemic to either like shape their craft or, hit the gym more heavier so they can have a different look. And, it's definitely noticeable with you, especially throughout all the matches, because you're moving around like you're a cruiserweight out there a lot of the time. Yeah, so it's great to see that you're really just taking everything like super serious as far as like not wasting the time that you have now with everything being so slow.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this pandemic, that's one positive I will take from it. It's just like we don't travel as much, what work. It's not the every weekend thing anymore. It's once every 2 months or once every 6, 7 weeks. So in that 6, 7 weeks window, I'm just grinding in the gym with my meal plan, studying more tape, So it's worked out for me. I'm blessed, and I'm blessed. I'm not one of the guys that's heavily affected by the pandemic. I've taken it to my advantage.
So with my show that I have here, I do reviews on like action figures, and it looks, we seen that last month you finally got a Micro Brawlers. So how did that feel?
It felt great. I know it's something Impact has been working on for a while, and they finally released it. I think they're doing a version 2 of it with some more guys on the character, on some more wrestlers on the roster. So yeah, it's been great.
Right. So are there any plans to get like a more like an elite scale, like the way AEW and like WWE have like their action figures? Are we going to get a Moose one?
I don't make that call. That's up to management. But I mean,
okay.
We got to walk before we can run, and
Right.
Micro Brawlers us walking right now. So let's see how good. I know the first series that they came out with sold out really quick.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's really good business-wise for them to progress to making actual action figures.
Yeah, definitely. Because, that's something that a lot of collectors have been waiting for is to get those, Impact figures in hand. And so when we finally got the Micro Brawler, it was something that like everybody rushed out to go get. And so I was glad to see that it sold out very quickly. I ended up getting one for myself, and I love Impact. So I was happy to see that, the reception was well with you guys. And then that means that they'll definitely have more to come.
Yeah, for sure.
So another thing that I want to touch with you on is like obviously with the pandemic, you've been home a lot more. So how is like family life have treated you, being home more? Like, is your family getting tired of you, or like you kind of less like one of those dads that's just like, I have to do everything now that I'm home?
No, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna lie. When we first started this whole journey with this new way of living, it was hard because me and my wife don't expect to see each other as much as we do.
Mm-hmm.
So and she was off of work for a while too because she's a athletic director.
Okay.
So it was like we was annoying each other. But I mean, like a marriage, you have to learn how to evolve your marriage. So I mean, we did a good job of working through it, and life is great, man. Couldn't be
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that because I'm married, so my wife works from home. In the beginning of the pandemic, she was working from home every day, and then I was home because my job like cut back on like the tours that I have. I'm a cop here in New York City, so I was home a lot more, and then we had the kids. So like all of us in one house, it kind of was like in the beginning we drove each other crazy, but like now we kind of have a system going. And my wife went back to work full time. It's made it a little bit easier, but I definitely understand like where you're coming from. Where you be like, I didn't expect to see you today. Then all of a sudden you guys are just like 24 hours with each other in a space.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, like I mean, you're married, you know how the life is, but
Uh-huh.
it's great, man. Like as long as you have communication, that's all you need,
Right. So one of the things that I love about your characters, is that you are the TNA World Heavyweight Champ. So like, who came up with this like idea to have this storyline?
The idea, I was actually so remember Mania last year, we were supposed to have a show in Tampa, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously everything got shut down because of COVID. But in that show, we were supposed to have a King of the Mountain match with 5 or 6 of us in it, with me being one of them, and it was supposed to be for the TNA Heavyweight Championship. That was going to bring it back. But
Mm-hmm.
since that show got canceled due to COVID, we had to find a way to still have the belt on the show. You know what I'm saying? And management thought about the idea of, oh, Moose, you're a badass. How about you just grab the title from the office, claim you're the champion? That's exactly what I did. I think that run changed my whole career, and especially the stuff I did with EC3. It changed me from like a Mayweather type character to more like a Mike Tyson type character now, where I just want to hurt people and beat people up,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we definitely see the change, and it's one of the things that I love, about your character is that like the transition that you made to being a batter heel in the company, and them giving you this opportunity to run with this title and do something with it is something that to me I felt was very smart. And like now, as this recording, you're going to face Rich Swann for the Impact title. So that means like when you win, because obviously, in my opinion, I feel like they're going to win. So that means you'll be a double champ.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw the episode last night. The TNA title is now an official title in Impact Wrestling.
Yes,
so
I was so glad when they did that.
So just keep an eye on the shows. And one thing, the only spoiler I would give you is me and Rich Swann put on a 5-star match. So I can't give you the spoilers or give you the finish, but me and Rich Swann definitely put up a 5-star match. And I can't wait for you guys to watch it.
That's great. Yeah, because I know this recording here, is going to come out the day after your match with Rich Swann. So you'll see me post something, congratulating you. Because like I said, for me, I feel like they should just, put the belt on you, because like you're definitely skyrocketing as far as like, talent is concerned in Impact Wrestling. So with all the new talent that's coming into Impact, like how do you feel about like the growth that's going on right now?
Well, it's definitely growing, man. I mean, I'm one of the longer tenured guys there. Being there for July would be 5 years I've been there, or June would be 5 years I've been there. And I've been through the bottoms, and now we're making our way to the top of the wrestling business. And I mean, it's been great, man. It's only going to keep getting better.
Yeah, that's great. So my last question to you is, and we'll wrap this up, is where do you see yourself in 3 years?
I hate answering questions like that because I'm like one of those guys that I live in the present.
Okay.
And you never know with this life what could happen tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could go out there and
That's
get in a
true.
car accident and pass away. So I
That's what.
hate, and God forbid, at least. But I hate answering those kind of questions. I
You,
go only based
you,
on my answer on today, and I like if God blessed me with another day tomorrow, I just want to be a better man and a better wrestler and a better performer and entertainer than I am the day before, and
so
that's all. That's all my goals are.
So I'll tell you what, we'll scrap that question because that's kind of true. You know, I'm the same way. So if you had to pick one cheat meal because you're so particular about like what are you putting into your body now. So if you had one day, you know,
Oh, I can easily answer that because
there you go.
tomorrow I possibly have a refeed day, which is technically a cheat day compared on what my weight is tomorrow, and it's going well. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get it. And tomorrow, all I want is cookies and donuts.
You know what's so funny is that a lot of people who, especially like bodybuilders, I've noticed that like when they go for a cheat meal, they always go for the sweets.
Yeah, because you understand, like during your weekly meals, you don't get a lot of sweet stuff. You get a lot of bland, regular food. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's little hacks here and there that can make your food taste a little sweeter than usual, but it's not compared to real sugar. So when you get that cheat day, that refeed day, you always look for sweets because you don't know the next time you're going to be able to get some.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I can see.
I'm one of those guys where I'm sure you've gotten drunk before.
Yeah.
I eat so much on my cheat days that I feel like I'm drunk.
Oh man.
Like, yeah, so because you don't know the next time you're gonna get it, so you eat as much as you can. So sometimes I even throw up. I ate so much.
No, you sound like my son. My youngest son is like that. He's like, you look at him and I'm like you know you're gonna eat tomorrow, right? And he's like, I got it. I want it now. I'm like, all right. And then all of a sudden, it's 3:00 in the morning, I get a knock at the door. It's like, my dad, my stomach hurts.
Yeah, that's how I am. But sometimes I even throw up. Like I've eaten so much that it's like I have to throw up because my stomach is gonna burst. Like I remember my last cheat meal. I want to say it was like February 12th, and I ate 4 donuts, 12 insomnia cookies, and a burger from Five Guys in one sitting.
Oh, God.
And I felt so sick that night. I was telling my wife, I was like, oh, I have to throw up. I feel like I have to throw up. I have to. I ended up not throwing up, but it was a close call.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
but it's like I wish I was living this lifestyle. The way I'm viewed in wrestling would have been different than it is now. But I mean, I'm glad I'm living this lifestyle now. I'm glad that I have positive people in my life, like EC3 and Apollo and Ricochet and my buddy AJ and my wife obviously to help me with this lifestyle change.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was talking to Heath Slater a couple of weeks ago, and he said the same thing where like he wished he had like this motivation that he has now back then, and maybe things could have been a little bit different. But like I tell him, and I'm going to tell you, things happen for a reason. I mean, you're in a position right now where your career is just going up, it's not going down. So, you know, just enjoy it and just, you know, keep riding that wave, keep having people, you know, positive people around you. And it's just going to take you, you know, further and further, you know, and you're going to achieve like all your dreams pretty much. So it's great that you have like that circle of friends that are pushing you and, you know, and giving you that positivity that you're looking for.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to wrap this up here. So ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for the real champion of professional wrestling, Moose.
I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. And anytime, just let me know.
All right. Thank you.